Thank you for calling the ASMR Help Desk. How may I help you today? Oh, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. I can definitely hear you. What about my video? Can you see my video? No. Oh, you're just hearing my voice. Okay, let's go ahead and fix that. Hi. Thank you for calling. We decided to upgrade with all of the world essentially doing video conferencing. We thought that the help desk, it was about time that we joined everyone else in doing video calls as well. So thank you for calling. Today we are going to be doing some book reading, not really reading the books, but going over some titles of books that have recently been acquired by the ASMR Help Desk Librarian. So, as always, if you have any suggestions, please let us know in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and get started. The Gone Dead by Chanelle Benz. Billy James' inheritance isn't much. A little money and a shack in the Mississippi Delta. The house once belonged to her father, a renowned black poet who died unexpectedly when Billy was 4 years old. Though Billy was there when the accident happened, she has no memory of that day, and she hasn't been back to the South since. 30 years later, Billy returns, but her father's home is unnervingly secluded. Her only neighbors are the McGees, a family whose history has been entangled with hers since the days of slavery. As Billy encounters the locals, she hears a strange rumor that she herself went missing on the day her father died. As the mystery intensifies, she finds out that this forgotten piece of her past could put her in danger. Inventive, gritty, and open-hearted, The Gone Dead is an astonishing story of race, justice, and a memory that lays bare the long-concealed wounds of a family and a country. It's also an unforgettable debut novel that solidifies Chanelle Benz's place as a riveting new voice in American fiction. Chanelle Benz has published short stories in Guernica, Granta.com, Electric Literature, The American Reader, Fence, and The Cupboard, and she is the recipient of an O. Henry Prize. We're fans of O. Henry around here, as you may be aware. Her story collection, The Man Who Shot Out My Eye Is Dead, was published in 2017 by Echo. It was named a Best Book of 2017 by the San Francisco Chronicle, and one of Electric Literature's 15 Best Short Story Collections of 2017. It was also a long list. Let me try that again. It was also long-listed for the 2018 Penn/Robert W. Bingham Prize for debut fiction. Benz currently lives in Memphis, where she teaches at Rhodes College. And there's a picture of her right there. That looks very interesting. I might actually check this one out myself. The next is The Kingdom of Black. by Marie Lu. And the back here has typically backs of novels like this one is filled with reviews. But interestingly, this one just has a small phrase. I am the sister, the other Mozart, and her story is mine. Born with a gift for music, Nannerl. This is a name that is difficult to pronounce. Nannnerl. Nannerl. I think it's Nannerl. I'm going to go with Nannerl. Let me start again. Born with a gift for music, Nannerl Mozart has just one wish: to be remembered forever. But even as she delights audiences with her masterful playing, she has little hope she'll ever become the acclaimed composer she longs to be. She is a young woman in 18th century Europe, and that means composing is forbidden to her. She will perform only until she reaches a marriageable age. Her tyrannical father has made that much clear. As Nannerl's hope grows dimmer with each passing year, the talents of her beloved younger brother, Wolfgang, only seem to shine brighter. His brilliance begins to eclipse her own, until one day a mysterious stranger from a magical land appears with an irresistible offer. He has the power to make her wish come true, but his help may cost her everything. In her first work of historical fiction, #1 New York Times bestselling author Marie Lu spins a lush, lyrically told story of music, magic, and the unbreakable bond between a brother and a sister. Oh, I like this. This shows a map, the Mozart family's grand European tour. Marie Lu is the #1 New York Times bestselling author of the Young Elites, Legend, and Warcross series. She graduated from the University of Southern California and jumped into the video game industry as an artist. Now a full-time writer, she spends her spare time reading, drawing, playing games, and getting stuck in traffic. She lives in Los Angeles with her illustrator-author husband, Primo Gallinosa, and their family. Oh, and here's another picture of Marie Lu. Here we have our first paperback of the day. Nevermoor. Nevermoor, The Trial of Morrigan Crow. The Trials of Morrigan Crow. It's by Jessica Townsend. Morrigan Crow is cursed. Born on Eventide, the unluckiest day for any child to be born, Morrigan is blamed for all local misfortunes, and, worst of all, the curse dooms her to die at midnight on her 11th birthday. But as Morrigan awaits her fate, a remarkable man named Jupiter North appears. whisking her away into the safety of a secret, magical city called Nevermoor. It's in Nevermoor that Oregon It's not Oregon, it's Morrigan. Oops. It's in Nevermoor that Morrigan discovers she must contend for a place in the city's most prestigious organization, the Wondrous Society. Morrigan must compete in 4 dangerous trials against hundreds of other children, or she'll have to confront her deadly fate. Jessica Townsend lives sometimes on the Sunshine Coast in Australia, and sometimes in London. She is the author of Nevermoor, The Trials of Morrigan Crow, and Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow. This picture of the author. I will apologize up front. I'm going to mispronounce a lot of this. Akata Witch by Nnedi Okokafor. I think I might have got that at least close to right. My apologies. Sunny doesn't seem to fit in anywhere. The reason why will change her life forever. Sunny Nwazu lives in Nigeria, but she was born in New York City. Her features are West African, but she's albino. She's a terrific athlete, but can't go out into the sun to play soccer. There seems to be no place where she fits in. And then she discovers something amazing. She is a free agent with latent magical powers. And she has a lot of catching up to do. Soon she's part of a quartet of magic students, studying the visible and invisible, learning to change reality. But just as she's finding her footing, Sunny and her friends are asked by the magical authorities to help track down a career criminal who knows magic too. Will their training be enough to help them against a threat whose powers greatly outnumber theirs? Oh, I think I said Nida. I think it's Nnedi. Nnedi Okokafor was born in the United States to 2 Igbo Nigerian parents. She writes for readers of all ages and is the first black woman to win the World Fantasy Award for Best Novel. She also has received Hugo and Nebula Awards. Nnedi holds a PhD in English and is a professor at SUNY Buffalo. She divides her time between Buffalo and the suburbs of Chicago, where she lives with her daughter, Anyago. Nnedi's work has been published around the world, including in Africa and the United States, and ranges from children's picture books to adult short stories and longer fiction. Here's another picture of the author. Anna K. by Jenny Lee. Meet Anna K. At 17, She is at the top of Manhattan and Greenwich society, even if she prefers the company of her horses and dogs. She has the perfect, if perfectly boring, boyfriend, and she has always made her Korean American father proud, even if he can be a bit controlling. As her friends struggle with the pitfalls of teenage life, Anna always seems to sail gracefully above it all. That is, until the night she meets Alexei Count Vronsky, a notorious playboy. Oh, I'm sorry. That is, until the night she meets Alexia Count Vronsky, a notorious playboy. Alexia is everything Anna is not. But he has never been in love until he meets Anna. And maybe she hasn't either. As Alexia and Anna are pulled irresistibly together, she has to decide how much of her life she is willing to let go to be with him. And when a shocking revelation threatens to shatter their relationship, she is forced to ask if she has ever known herself at all. Dazzlingly opulent and emotionally riveting, Anna K. is a brilliant reimagining of Leo Tolstoy's timeless love story, Anna Karenina. But above all, it is a novel about the dizzying, glorious, heart-stopping experience of first love and first heartbreak. Jenny Lee is a television writer and producer who has worked on BET's Boomerang, IFC's Brockmere, Freeform's Young and Hungry, and the Disney Channel's #1 rated kids show, Shake It Up. Jenny is the author of 4 humor essay collections and 2 middle-grade novels. Anna K. is her debut YA novel. Jenny lives in Los Angeles with her husband and 135-pound Newfoundland Gemma. And yes, it's a toss-up on who's walking who every day. Picture of the author. I'm not surprised my camera is focusing on it. Okay. And these next 2 books are by the same author. They're in the same series. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. Defiance is survival. Spence's world has been under attack for decades. Now pilots are the heroes of what's left of the human race, and becoming one has always been Spence's dream. But her fate is intertwined with that of her father, a pilot himself who was killed years ago when he abruptly deserted his team, leaving Spence's chances of attending flight school at slim to none. No one will let Spencer forget what her father did, yet fate works in mysterious ways, and an accidental discovery in a long-forgotten cavern might just provide her with a way to claim the stars. Brandon Sanderson is the author of the #1 New York Times bestselling Reckoner series, Steelheart, Firefight, and Calamity, and the original Mitosis, the New York Times bestseller Skyward and its sequel Starsight, the internationally best-selling Mistborn trilogy, and the Stormlight Archive. He was also chosen to complete Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time series. His books have been published in more than 25 languages and have sold millions of copies worldwide. Brandon lives and writes in Utah. So out of an abundance of caution, I'm not going to read the synopsis of the next book so we can avoid spoilers, but I will show you it. And maybe a couple weeks down the line I'll return to it. But this is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. I also won't read you the author information because I just did that. Oh, here's a picture of the author. I didn't show you in the last book because it was black and white, but this one is full color. The stack is getting quite high. And this stack is getting quite low. Free Food for Millionaires by Min Jin Lee. I believe I did a book a couple of weeks ago by another book by Min Jin Lee. I think it was, well, I'm sure we'll get to it when we get to the synopsis. National Book Award finalist Min Jin Lee introduces the indelible Casey Han, a strong-willed, Queens-bred daughter of Korean immigrants who is addicted to a glamorous Manhattan lifestyle she cannot afford. Fresh out of Princeton with an economics degree, no job, and a popular white boyfriend, Casey is determined to carve a space for herself in the glittering world she craves. But at what cost? Lee's sweeping epic of love, greed, and hunger, set in a landscape where millionaires scramble for the free lunches the poor are too proud to accept, exposes the intricate layers of a community clinging to its old ways in a city packed with haves and have-nots. Min Jin Lee's debut novel Free Food for Millionaires was one of the top 10 novels of the year for The Times London, NPR's Fresh Air, and USA Today. Her second novel, Pachinko, that was the other book that I did a couple of weeks ago, was a finalist for the National Book Award for Fiction in 2017 and was named one of the top 10 books of the year by the New York Times. Her short fiction has been featured on NPR's Selected Shorts. Her writings have appeared in the Times Literary Supplement, Condé Nast Traveler, The Times London, Vogue, Travel and Leisure, Wall Street Journal, New York Times Magazine, and Food and Wine. Her essays and literary criticism have been anthologized widely. She served as a columnist for the Chosun Ilbo, the leading paper of South Korea. She lives in New York with her family. Here's a picture of her. A Song Below the Water. A Song Below Water by Bethany C Morrow. In a society determined to keep her under lock and key, Tavia must hide her siren powers. Meanwhile, Effie is fighting her own family struggles as she is pitted against literal demons from her past. Together, these best friends must navigate the perils of high school's junior year. But everything changes in the aftermath of a siren murder trial that rocks the nation, when Tavia accidentally lets out her magical voice at the worst possible moment. Soon, nothing in Portland, Oregon seems safe. To save themselves from drowning, Tavia and Effie's unbreakable sisterhood must prove to be the strongest magic of all. Bethany C Morrow is a recovering expat recently returned from Montreal, Quebec, to live and write in the North Country, New York. A California native, Morrow graduated from the University of California, Santa Cruz with a BA in sociology and studied clinical psychology research at the University of Wales, Bangor. She is also the author of the adult novel Mem and the editor of the young adult anthology Take the Mic. A Song Below Water is her debut young adult novel. I love this cover, I must admit. Wilder Girls by Rory Power. If you can see that there. How it's like she's made of ribbon. I find that art fascinating. I wonder who did it. Akata Witch. Interesting. It's been 18 months since the Raxter School for Girls was put under quarantine. Since the tox hit and pulled Hetty's life out from under her. It started slow. First the teachers died one by one. Then it began to infect the students, turning their bodies strange and foreign. Now cut off from the rest of the world and left to fend for themselves on their island home, the girls don't dare wander outside the school's fence, where the tox has made the woods wild and dangerous. They wait for the cure they were promised as the tox seeps into everything. But when Byatt goes missing, Hetty will do anything to find her, even if it means breaking quarantine and braving the horrors that lie beyond the fence. And when she does, Hetty learns that there's more to their story, to their life at Raxter, than she could have ever thought true. Rory Power grew up in Boston, received her undergraduate degree at Middlebury College, and went on to earn an M.A. in prose fiction from the University of East Anglia. She is the author of the New York Times bestseller, Wilder Girls. Like the others, all of them have their picture right there. Well, that's our recommended books for the week. I hope you enjoyed them. There will be a link for each of these books in the description down below. And they are affiliate links, so if you use them and then make a purchase, it will help out the channel, and we'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.